Dobra večer, vi gledate Art. Večeras posvećen 22. po redu Zagreb Doksu, međunarodnom festivalu dokumentarnog filma sinoć otvorenom u Zagrebu. U sljedećih tjedan dana publika će moći vidjeti 100-tinjak filmova u 16 programa na temu aktualnih društvenih i političkih tema, od kriza u svijetu do života običnih ljudi u malim sredinama. Ja ću u studiju razgovarati s dva nagrađivana autora ovogodišnjeg Zagreb Doksa, Švicarcem Kristijanom Frajem te rumunjskim autorom Vladom Petrijem. No za početak gledamo uvodni prilog Boška Picule.
Привет, это я.
Da se na Zagreb Doksu, međunarodnom festivalu dokumentarnog filma, već 22 godine prikazuju i nagrađuju svjetski prepoznati dokumentarci o ključnim temama, svjedoči i prošlogodišnja glavna nagrada. Naime, lani je veliki pečat pripao dugometražnom dokumentarnom filmu Gospodin Nitko protiv Putina, Davida Borenstina i Pavela Talankina, koji je ove godine nagrađen Oskarom. Hoće li neki od filmova koji se upravo natječu u međunarodnoj i regionalnoj konkurenciji Zagreb Doksa ponovno osvojiti priznanja i u Zagrebu i u Los Angelesu te drugdje, znat ćemo kroz sljedećih 12 mjeseci. A kroz ovaj tjedan do nedjelje 26. travnja u Zagrebačkom Capitol centru prikazuju se filmovi koji kroz fokuse na različita pitanja sadašnjosti, prošlosti, ali i budućnosti na ponajbolji način dokumentiraju umjetnički odnos prema njima. Na Zagreb Doksu natječu se i domaće autorice i autori, među njima i Tonči Gačina, redatelj filma Koze, a o samom festivalu govori njegov izvršni direktor Hrvoje Pukšec te osnivač Zagreb Doksa i umjetnički direktor, redatelj Nenad Puhovski.
Ove godine mi se čini da ima od svega pomalo, da postoje te neke priče koje zapravo imaju tendenciju da, ono što je meni uvijek drago, da se neke velike priče, velike teme ispričaju kroz male događaje, kroz živote takozvanih malih ljudi, kroz sudbine ljudi i tako dalje. Dakle, nema tu nekih velikih, senzacionalnih, velikih priča, nego su to neke priče o ljudima kroz koje prolaze ratovi, kroz koje prolaze problemi, glad, bombardiranja i tako dalje.
Ovogodišnji Zagreb Doks broji stvarno velik broj filmova, 112 njih, što znači 160 i nešto projekcija, jer neke naravno i repriziramo, prvenstveno iz natjecateljskih programa. I ono što je uvijek nekakva snaga Zagreb Doksa, to je da se kroz način na koji je postavljen kao festival, mi uvijek možemo vrlo brzo referirati na okolnosti koje nas okružuju u svijetu, tako da, uostalom kao i dokumentarac sam. Tako da i ove godine imamo programske cjeline poput Green Doksa, gdje imamo čitav niz iznimno zanimljivih filmova o zelenim temama, o ekološkim temama. Imamo također i politički prilično osvještene filmove u kategoriji Doks otvora, nova kategorija koju smo upravo ove godine uspostavili zato što se pokazalo da ima čitav niz dobrih, zanimljivih, važnih filmova koji se bave ljudima koji su odlučili reći dosta, koji su odlučili se oduprijeti da li sistemu, da li pojedincu, da li sustavu. To varira od filma do filma i od autora do autora. Naravno, uvijek su tu jako važne priče iz programa Teen Docs, te naravno Happy Docs koji će uvijek biti najposjećeniji. Na kraju krajeva gdje možete pogledati film o tome gdje se radi najbolja zobena kaša u svijetu.
Film otvaranja je film koji se bavi umjetnom inteligencijom. To je tema koja će, rekao bih, nažalost, dosta biti važna, možda je sve važnija, ne samo u filmu, nego u životu, jer to što se dešava sa time da Trump postaje Isus, recimo, ili da naš predsjednik polaže pionirsku zakletvu i tako dalje. Dakle, te neke stvari koje su u ovom trenutku na nivou mimova iz Afrikancije postaju vrlo ozbiljne kada dolaze u sferu dokumentarnog filma i kada zapravo ono osnovno stavljaju pitanja, to je šta je stvarnost.
Dobra stvar za Zagreb Docs je da smo mi dovoljno veliki i dovoljno mali, ajmo to tako reći. Dovoljno malen da možemo reći ne zanimaju nas samo premijere svjetske i možemo odabrati ono najbolje što se nudi na tržištu, a s druge strane i dovoljno smo veliki da sami možemo privući svjetske premijere i to je naravno najčešće u regionalnom programu kao i ove godine, gdje opet imate čitav niz autora i filmova koji po prvi put će vidjeti svoju publiku, odnosno publika će vidjeti njih.
Imamo nekoliko hrvatskih filmova, manje nego što bih ja osobno volio, koji su baš te neke takozvane male ljudske priče koje se bave živim svijetom, pa kroz taj svijet, ne znam, kozama, vukovima i tako dalje, pa kroz taj svijet naravno i onime što u čemu mi živimo. Ove godine imamo nekoliko, ja bih rekao, bombončića, zgodnih, zanimljivih, malih, dobrih filmova. Ništa senzacionalno, ali ja mislim da ta navika da se traži nešto veliko i senzacionalno je zapravo kriva i da nas upućuje da tražimo nešto što zapravo nije u duhu dokumentarizma, a to su te male priče.
Koze su kratki dokumentarni observacijski film koji slijedi zapravo jedan događaj koji se dogodio na Unijama, međutim nije direktno vezan isključivo za taj otok, niti ima neke posebne veze same s otokom. To je nešto što je kao kontinuirani problem koji se pojavljuje kroz većinu, ne većinu, kroz dosta jadranskih mjesta, a radi se o ili podivljanim domaćim životinjama koje nemaju vlasnika i žive u prirodi i onda rade nered, ili se radi o divljim životinjama koje su se razmnožile van kontrole.
Festival zatvaramo filmom koji govori o tome kako ratovi imaju posljedice ne samo po ljude, nego i po okoliš, po planetu, po ekologiju, po živi svijet i tako dalje. I negdje, dakle, radimo taj luk festivala između problema umjetne inteligencije i problema rata u Ukrajini koji evo traje već dosta godina i koji zaista ono što je najgore prelazi u onu fazu kad se na njega navikavamo kao na nešto što je, a Bože moj, tu je sad, pa šta? Tako da to su negdje dvije teme, kažem, između kojih smo mi naš taj festival ove godine ukotvili sa naravno nizom drugih interesantnih tema, autora i tako dalje.
Sudionike ovogodišnjeg Zagreb Docsa i goste u studiju Kristijana Fraja i Vlada Petrija predstavlja Hrvoje Pukšec.
Vlad Petri je, ono što se kaže, prekaljeni filmaš. Iza sebe ima čitav niz sjajnih dokumentaraca. Ovogodišnji je prilično zanimljiv zato što jest to rumunjska priča, ali isto tako može biti i hrvatska. Naime, ljudi u jednoj maloj zajednici koji žive pored pruge, a time na neki način i svijet, su zaboravili na njih. Međutim, Vlad Petri ne samo da će na Zagreb Docsu prikazati svoj posljednji film, on će također i sudjelovati u prilično snažnom Docs XXL programu, govornom programu kojeg je naša kolegica Dina Pokrajac sjajno osmislila i pripremila. Kristijan Fraj je jedan od velikana europskog dokumentarizma i uistinu nije bilo puno razmišljanja o tome hoćemo li ga zvati ili nećemo, kada je Nenad Puhovski odlučio dodijeliti mu počasni veliki pečat za doprinos svjetskom dokumentarizmu. On se rado odazvao, tu nam je pomogla i švicarska ambasada, i Swiss Films iz Švicarske, dakle njihov pandan Havca. Tako da Kristijan Fraj će cijeli tjedan također biti s nama, on je na kraju krajeva predsjednik međunarodnog žirija. Međutim, njegovi filmovi se također trebaju gledati i zasebno, nevezano uz njegovo žiriranje i nevezano uz filmove koje prikazujemo na Zagreb Docsu druge, jer njegovi sami kao da inkorporiraju sve one teme kojima se u Zagreb Docsu bavimo.
Evo nas u studiju, čast mi je pozdraviti moje goste. Good evening, Mr. Fry. And good evening to you, Mr. Vlad Petri.
Good evening.
It's an honor and pleasure to have you here in studio. Let me start with you, Mr. Christian Fry. You are an icon, as it was said previously, of the documentary films. We will see here, the audience will be flattered to see 5 of your films, documentaries. Let's start with the most famous one, who was nominating for Oscar, The War Photographer.
Yes.
It's an amazing film. 25 years ago you did it, about an American war photographer. How was it for you to direct this movie? Because for the viewers, it's so emotional, and we feel your empathy and your curiosity in a not impulsive way as a director. My question is, how was it for you to do it?
Well, I had to learn about war, first of all. And, you know, Switzerland, the last war I think we had in this country was like 200 years ago. So I had to learn about the complexity of war beyond the cliches. You know, war is not an adventure. War is real. I had to prepare. But then I had a protagonist who is aware of the power of the lens. He was actually very suspicious also about having a camera aiming at him, and the normal film crew would have destroyed his work, you know, because he's seeking for authentic moments. Yeah. And it was the time of huge accusations against war correspondents and war photographers. War pornographer, that was kind of a headline. You exploit the misery of others. So I needed some time to get the trust of this man, but now we are big friends.
Vlad, you have a totally different film, one film here in this year, regional competition, about rural Romania, a place where train never stops. It's about people like everyday life people, but what I like about this film is this dry Romanian humor. You combine death with humor very well, I think.
Yeah, it's my 3rd film, I think, in Zagreb Docs, and I've been 2 years ago with my previous film, Between Revolutions. This one is connected with war somehow, because war brings death, and this is about funerals, and it's about these people and the community that really changed also after the pandemic. So I was there before the pandemic. I started this film before Between Revolutions. And now, watching all the news and what is happening in the world, I even feel a bit nostalgic somehow. And when I think about this village, when people go on with their daily life, and funerals, it's one of the few moments which brings the people together. And they talk about departures, about migration, about all these things. So it was interesting for me to go back to a village near my hometown and to explore funerals, community, and also this humor that is present there, and somehow gives the people this courage to go on with their lives, especially in these hard times we live now.
Yeah. Vlad mentioned the COVID. You did an amazing good documentary that's also going to be shown here about COVID called The Blame. This is also a masterpiece. How did you manage to follow these 3 scientists who were claiming long time ago that COVID is going to happen? Due to the bats?
Yes, I mean, I started, the story in Blame starts in 2003, because there was a SARS actually before the COVID-19. And it was not easy to get the trust of these 3 scientists, but I just told them, look, so much things have been written about you now, and so many discussions and accusations and also speculations about you. I want to give you a voice, because I think it's more important than ever that we look at things in a more complex way, beyond, you know, all these screaming narratives. I call that screaming narratives, the way we are bombarded every day with these little 30-second long TikTok videos with this kind of hyperventilating messages, which make us really victims of manipulation, I think. I think documentaries are more important than ever to go in another direction. Yeah.
There is one phrase, one sentence from your documentary that stayed with me. You say, we only hear what is loud and simple.
True. This is really, I think, the power of documentaries. I think documentaries are more important than ever because we can go beyond this. You know, we can, through our documentaries, people learn about the universe of other people, not in their bubble, you know, because today it's a battle of narratives and just, you know, you say whatever you want, regardless if it's half true or not true at all. Look at Trump. And I think that's a huge challenge for us, but also a huge chance for us documentary filmmakers. And it's beautiful also that you have a strong, you know, documentary festival like here in Zagreb, where people are curious and they take their time to go beyond these stereotypes and beyond this kind of, loud narratives.
Mr. Petri, you also have a lot of films that have been internationally recognized and socially and politically involved into Romanian, mostly Romanian stories, like, for example, Where Are You, Bucharest? Could you tell us a little bit more about this story?
Where Are You, Bucharest was my first feature. I finished in 2014, and it was also screened in Croatia. I think it was part of Kinedoc, and it traveled in Zagreb and other cities in the south of Croatia. And this film was about the protest in Bucharest, the biggest protest after the revolution, when people gathered again on the streets of Bucharest to protest against austerity. And it was very interesting because I grew up with these images from the revolution. Like many Romanians, it was the biggest event, 1989, the fall of Ceausescu. And we had these amazing filmmakers that were doing films about this, like Andrei Ujică with Harun Faroki, Videograms of a Revolution, and the autobiography of Nicolae Ceausescu. And also seeing these images, when I saw again the people on the streets, I just ran away and I had the camera with me. And I did some shorts, let's say video episodes that I uploaded online because I really wanted to produce images almost like a television, like I was like this independent videographer on the streets of Bucharest back in 2012. But then all this material came to and it transformed into a feature that premiered in 2014. So I'm still interested into politics and social changes. And even though the film here in Zagreb is a bit different, but I'm also looking to different areas to explore.
Christian, what would be the areas that you like to explore the most? Your topics are quite different from one another.
True. But it's always a surprise because I never start with a general idea, actually. I don't know how it is for you, but for me, I could only describe it with this English word epiphany. There is actually seconds in my life where I have to sit down because I know this is the next 4 years of my life and my work. I just know it. This is the topic. And then I don't let go, even though I have this reputation of finding my topics in the very, very difficult regions, like in outer space, in war zones, in love.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
How did you manage, sorry to interrupt you, but how did you manage, speaking about love?
Well, I just wanted to do something.
Yeah,
I wanted to do something different because I was shooting indeed my films in very remote places and difficult places and violent places. But then actually love can be the most violent and difficult place to try to explore, you know.
To our audience, we need to explore a little bit. So you were interviewing people who were heartbroken.
Yes.
Just after their hearts were broken, actually. You were following them in a longer period.
Yes, it was a really interesting casting process because I had to find people who were really, for real, lovelorn and who were really in this state where you actually should let go. That's what everybody tells you, but you can't. You're still in your head. Somebody's camping in your head, and this is the ex. And that's something you should learn, but it's very difficult. So it's like more like a film about drug addicts than about the beauty of love. But hey, it's reality.
Yeah, but you also, I mean, the documentaries, both of you do have this depth. You need to investigate a lot. You have to be a good psychologist, I guess. And I mean, the film about the space travel, also, it's something completely different. It's about this inequality in the world that we live today. Some people have 20 million euros just to pay to fly into space, and the others are collecting the leftovers of the space shuttle and make a nice soup in Kazakhstan, eating from it. I mean, it's an amazing story.
It's a piece of the rocket, you know. They do their soup in this piece of rocket.
I was so, you know, you hook people simply to your documentaries. They are long, The narratives are long. They are 2 hours basically long. But I was thinking how much investigation, how much preparation. Did you ever do anything else but the documentarism in your life?
Not in my entire life, no, actually. But I started quite late, when I was already 37, with my first feature, you know. But I did documentaries throughout my life. I cannot imagine a better profession. I mean, I love it. It's challenging, you know. You have to be very stubborn also. And it is not easy, because we tell stories through fragments, I would say, of the real, with real people. You also have a responsibility, you know, towards all these protagonists. But I love it, because you explore through documentaries really places where you would never get without a camera. It's also a beauty in it, and a privilege.
Now is the moment to ask Vlad about Iran and about the film In Between Two Revolutions. How did that happen, your interest in Farsi? I read somewhere that you also try to learn Farsi. And
yes, like Christian said, I don't have a plan, let's say, like I want to do this film about the next project. So things happen, and I just, I do things that I feel connected with, that I feel emotions. And Iran, it happened that I went there for 2 times in 2017, and I was really impressed by the people, the culture. And then, yeah, I started learning Farsi. And of course, before going to Iran, I watched a lot of Iranian cinema, and I love Iranian cinema, both fiction and documentaries. And then this story came in 2019, and gradually I looked in some archives from the secret police. I was thinking about this connection between these 2 countries, Romania and Iran, that happened before the revolution, during communist time, when we were part of this non-proliferated treaty that these countries from former Soviet bloc helped countries from the Middle East, and things went gradually. And I was always asking about my position as a Romanian, being on the outskirts of Europe, let's say Eastern Europe, the Balkans, and then Iran, the global south. And I was also studying anthropology. I did a master in Berlin in Freie University in visual and media anthropology. So I was interested to connect these, and I have a strong connection with Iran, actually.
I think what is nice about your films, especially this one, now that you speak about it, is that you speak about the global phenomenon, 2 revolutions, through the personal stories. 2 women who are corresponding to each other. Very intimate story as well.
Yes, and there were 2 women that were dreaming of a different world, a better, a freer world, and the anti-communist revolution, the anti-Shah that brought the Islamic Republic. It was very interesting. All the hopes for the left, for a better democratic society that were broken and shed apart, of Islamic Republic on one hand, capitalism on the other. So I was dealing with these, let's say, very general things, but I narrowed them through these particular stories of these women.
Christian, you were a member of the jury this year. How would you describe the competition this year? How does it look to you?
I'm honest, I don't flatter anybody. It's outstanding. I mean, it was really a privilege to watch these 20 films. It's a lot, actually, 3 shorts. It's not work, but it's also work, because you really want to get it, you know. And I had to watch it before the festival, so it's only 3 left today, which I will watch on the big screen. What a privilege to be able to, you know, explore all these films. It will be very difficult to find a verdict, I would say, but nobody can accuse us, you know, like, oh, obvious, you know, the film, which is the obvious winner, you missed it. I think it will be an interesting debate among the jury. I'm looking forward.
Tomorrow you will have the masterclass on Friday about the documentaries that are timeless. That seems like a very difficult task. How to make a timeless documentary that would still be fresh and still be interesting after some decades?
Well, I mean, it doesn't sound very humble now what I'm saying, but I'm, of course, proud about the many, many awards I got. But I think I'm even more proud that my films, all of them, they age in a very good way. They stand the test of time. And that's why I chose a quote by Ernesto Hemingway, you know, the artist must get the thing so truly that its magnification will sustain. You know, you have to get it truthful somehow, whatever that means, you know, in documentary.
Yeah.
But the magnification, that's what we do, you know, we magnify, we blows. I mean, it's all about small emotions, real people, and then it's on a big screen. So I will try to hold a masterclass, and I'm looking forward as well.
Vlad, you will participate tomorrow as well in a debate about Romanian, and not only actually Romanian, but politics in Eastern Europe and censorship. That's the word I was looking for, the censorship. Did you have any relation to the censorship, being a Romanian, doing Romanian films with political topics?
Well, not really in my case, but we see what is going on now in social media and how these algorithms work and how we are living in smaller and smaller bubbles. As Christian said, we need to get out a bit, and that's why documentaries are so important. And talking about quotations, I was thinking about Patricio Guzman saying that a country without documentaries is like a family without photo albums, which is, it's true. We need to make documentaries, talk about censorship, and try to make them available for wider audiences, because what is going on now with our lives, being so connected to social media, it's really sad, because everything is narrowed down. You just see 3 things on your channel, and you believe the whole world is there. Like everything is for you. It's especially provided by the algorithm for you, and then this can only bring walls, higher walls, and then fighting and all these things. But we need to break these walls.
Yeah, true. I asked Christian the same question. I would like to ask you the same. Have you been doing anything else apart from doing documentaries in your former life, in your previous professional life? How did it start for you to become?
During college, I sold ice cream on a beach in Ocean City, New Jersey, a very boring WASP city, dry city, this MAGA base, let's say. And besides that, during high school, I was working at a computer company, assembling these old 486, 586 Pentium computers. But I try to leave from filmmaking, and now I'm also starting working in fiction a bit. I shot 2 short films that are ready now, and I'm trying to do both, and yeah, asking myself about truthness and all these things that are important, connected with our audience, that I think also in fiction they're there. What is the image we provide to our audience? So generally, like to sum up a bit, I'm doing only this now, filmmaking.
The last question for you, Christian. What is the current program you are working on, the documentary?
I'm not pregnant enough to answer this question. I have to have this epiphany, and then I hide it, you know, because it's actually really embarrassing when you talk too early about your ideas. It can really fall apart, you know, like a soufflé. And that's what I don't want to do.
We'll wait.
That. Yes, you have to, I guess.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being my guest tonight, for coming to Art. Hope to see you again.
Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Hvala i vama, poštovani gledatelji. Bilo je to sve za večeras. Srdačan pozdrav.